If I would ask how many T-34s do we need in this game, Wargaming would say yes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another news episode. This is your Friday's neighborhood-friendly news anchor with arrows on the thumbnail which are red. And today I am going to talk about many new tanks. Well, for the start, you are seeing one new tank on the background already. If you have been living under a rock, if you have not seen my previous videos, if you have not seen any World of Tanks news, then you should know that today is the day when marathon event for this vehicle to get it for free or with a juicy discount started. So get your grinding pants out and happy grinding, I guess. But more about this tank, AP AMX 30 in a bit, because I would like to start today's video with a T-34M-54, which is our next T-34 version, but this time our first ever tier 7. Well, they are increasing premium tank tiers up to tier 9 now, and T-34 tiers up to tier 7, soon tier 8, 9 and tier 10. You know, in 5 years we're going to get the T-34Y/130 with 130mm gun. Yeah, I just predicted the future. Okay, let's take a look what this tank has to offer, which looks like this, by the way. So you can see that it is kind of a Frankenstein-ish tank. You know, turret is from one tank, the hull is from another tank, and let's have a look what it has to offer. And we have to be quite fast because today's video, as I said, is quite packed with new tanks. So, firepower 180 alpha damage, 300 with high explosive rounds, 171 penetration, 210 with primo rounds. So you only get, I say only, yeah, because you only get 41 extra millimeters of penetration. So watch out for that, but in tier 7 210 is you know, still very good. 44 with high explosive rounds. Reload time is 5.6 seconds, but the aiming time 3 seconds. I see them buffing this aiming time because it is horrible, or maybe they don't. You know, we'll see. Accuracy dispersion 0.39, and gun depression -7 degrees, which for a Russian tank, Russian medium tank, is actually quite a special thing, I would say. So -7 degrees, you do not see those numbers too often, and 17 degrees of gun elevation. Ammunition capacity 64 shells, AP, APCR and high explosive rounds. So what to take away from the firepower? Very bad aiming time, very bad accuracy, you know, penetration numbers. It is a tier 7 tank. Mobility 55 top speed, 20 moving backwards, 500 horsepower engine, giving it 14.7 powered weight ratio, which is definitely not anything you can brag with. Mobility is average at the very best. Hull traverse speed 37, turret traverse speed 36 degrees per second. Survivability 1250 hit points. Woo, not bad, I would say, actually, for a medium tank, right? Tier 7 medium tank. Now, hull armor 75, 45, 45, turret armor 200, 120 and 75. So I guess hull down is once again going to be the bread and butter of this tank. And turret view range in tier 7, guys, 380, only Russian tank on the top of that. 380 is many times what like many new tier 8 premium medium tanks get, but it is a tier 7 premium. Most likely a premium, they have not said that yet, but I guess it is going to be a premium tank. What else are they going to do with that? Are they going to make a Russian medium tank line number 5? Maybe, you know, never say never. And a very annoying crew layout, actually. It has commander, gunner, driver, loader and radio operator. All the top guys have 4 crew members, so one guy is going to be quite useless. But, you know, this is T-34, they kind of have to keep the trend up over here, right? You can use your dog from Rudy. So this is T-34 no, sorry, not 85, T-34M-54 in front of you. Now, quickly moving on to the next vehicle. This is the AMBT, guys. I covered a couple days ago. This is the first American auto reloading tank, and finally we have some more screenshots to see the angles of the armor. You can see that the upper plate is super heavily angled, like crazy angle on the upper plate, but the biggest countering feature to that is the massive lower plate size. But if you, in many positions actually, can hide that lower plate, that massive lower plate, then the upper plate is going to bounce most of the shots, unless the commander hatch is, sorry, not commander hatch, the driver hatch is going to be a weak spot, and the turret is quite slopey, so in hull down positions this tank can definitely still shine. It looks I actually do, like me personally, I actually do like how it looks like. It reminds me 60 DP because of the shape of the turret. It does remind me 60 DP, you know, because of the shape, right? So this is AMBT, some extra screenshots. I was actually looking for that to see a bit cleaner angles what this tank has to offer, and we were able to get those. And moving on into the next vehicle, which is M6Y. This is our upcoming Tier 9 Yo tank, which looks as crazy as the Tier 10 one, but the turret is, you know, a bit blown up, a bit more blown up, or how, I don't know how to say that in English, the word, you know, like swollen. Yeah, swollen actually, a bit more swollen. Maybe is the word I wanted to use over here. So this one as well comes with two different gun options, 105 with 320 alpha damage and more penetration, or the bigger gun with 400 alpha damage and a bit less penetration. So 8.3 second aiming time, sorry, reload time, 2.2 second aiming time, 0.37 accuracy, minus 10 degrees of gun depression on the 105mm gun, or 11.4 second reload time, 2.7 second aiming time, 0.4 accuracy, and same gun depression values with the bigger gun. So in this case, the smaller gun has, you know, a bit more penetration, bit better accuracy, aiming time, and all those things. And 200, slightly above 200 better DPM. But I would still say most people maybe are going to use the bigger gun, because if you want to take the maximum out of smaller guns, which are faster firing but lower alpha damage, you know, those guns usually tend to be a bit more skill capped. You know, you need to be a bit better player to take a maximum out of that, because it is always easier, you know, to just hit the shot, drain the shot for higher damage and be happy with that, right? Mobility 40 km per hour top speed, 15 backwards, 780 horsepower engine, 16.8 power to weight ratio, hull to reverse speed 28, and turret 30 degrees per second. So quite a nice average mobility for a heavy tank. Power to weight ratio is definitely very good and shining part over here. Survivability 1800 hit points, hull armor 165. 89, 38, very sloped once again, and turret extremely annoying, 330, 102, and 51. View range 390 meters, commander, gunner, loader, and driver as the crew members. Now this turret definitely, hull down is going to be absolute pain in the ass, absolute pain in the existence, but it has some commander hatches. But if you are greatly hull down using your minus 10 degrees of gun depression, well, good luck with that. And of course this tank as well has the reserve track feature, which means if one of your tracks or maybe even both your tracks, main tracks, get destroyed, you are still able to keep moving. So besides having absolutely crazy annoying armor model, armor layout, you have, you know, potentially very annoying feature which makes them even harder to take out. You know, if they overpeak a corner and you track those guys, they are still able to back away from the action, and even if both tracks are down. The only way how to keep those guys put is you have to destroy main track and reserve track at the same time. So Yo tank, let me know what you think about that. And finally, let's talk about the vehicle you have been watching on the background. AltProto AMX 30. My first impressions about this tank. It is quite decent tank, I would say so, but as it is yet another French premium medium tank, should you pick it up? You know, does it offer anything special? It doesn't have any special gun system, it doesn't have any special, you know, new feature, it doesn't introduce wheels, it doesn't introduce, you know, reserve drag feature or anything like that. It is quite, you know, armor can be trollish. I have bounced some quite ridiculous shots, you know, but overall I would say do not boast your armor too much. In some positions it can be very tough, very strong. The side of the turrets are a bit of a weak spot, you know. He's on the side of the gun mantle. This is how you can take those things out as well. Mobility is very nice actually, gun handling, and overall as it is, as it kind of looks like a bit more pimped AMX Series C, which is not as fast but almost as fast, especially if you slap turbo on it, right? Then it is decent, yeah, but definitely not worth the full price. If you want to spend any money on that vehicle, I would say minimum what you should aim for is 70% discount, 80 or 90% discount are the best you get, or of course the best is to get that tank completely for free without spending any money if you are playing the game in the first place. So AMX, AltProto, you know, gun handling felt actually destabilizing, felt actually very nice. I was hitting my shots where I was actually aiming them, and it was quite easy to deal damage in this tank, honestly. It was quite easy to deal damage. DPM is not the craziest DPM, but nothing to cry about as well. Damage was coming in. My first 3 battles I played with this tank, guys. My first 3 battles all were ace tankers with 1500-ish base experience and 4.1k average damage. So I started playing this tank very, very lucky. I was lucky. Matchmaking was good, but you know, I'm not basing my opinion on the luck because I have played this game for over 10 years now, and I can just see, you know, when I'm lucky, when the vehicle works, when the vehicle trolls, when it doesn't work, and so on, so on. But it did work. Is it the best? Definitely no. Is it my favorite? Definitely no. It is, as I said, just a decent tank. Above average, definitely above average, but nothing to FOMO into. Fear of missing out, you know. Don't ape into this thing. You don't need it. Especially if you have some other French medium tanks already available. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. This was your friendly neighborhood news anchor. Maybe I'm going to put some red arrows on the thumbnail somewhere as well. But guys, you're big boys. Behave. Black Friday. Don't spend too much money, okay? Better save it. You know, the saying is how to get 100% discount during Black Friday. Easy, you don't buy anything. You learned it here first. Most likely not, but enjoy your weekend, guys. Much love. I don't have anything else to say, so